Social Justice Goblin, welcome to the backyard. So I had an amazing class in wrestling school yesterday. This video, I don't know when it's going to come out, but when I filmed this video, it was yesterday. And I learned a lot. I learned the basics of how to develop a character. And I did a promo. I mean, I didn't like my promo. I went over and I said some things I shouldn't have said in the promo. You know, never say anything negative. And honestly, that was great advice. I mean, part of the promo is getting your opponent over is vital in the promo, I learned. And I learned this not just from class, but I learned this from the fellow wrestlers too. I'm not going to name names, but they know who they are. They know. And I you know, I'm a fan of his work, and I love it. So I've started work on my character. I know I'm a ref, really. Here's the problem with being a ref, and I'm going to be honest with you. Refs don't talk. They just don't. I mean, in wrestling, how often does a ref actually talk? You know, they do talk every once in a while. Like, I remember when R-Truth, over Christmas time, the referee told him enough. But for the most part, the refs basically are a background character. You know, they tend to try to bring order to the chaos, and that's part of my gimmick. Is I when I was doing my promo, I came up with my catchphrase, bringing order to chaos. I know that sounds silly, but I mean, when you think about a ref, what does a ref do? I mean, these are questions I've been asking myself, and I don't have great answers for these questions. These are questions I need to save for wrestling school, to be matter of frank. But, you know, I really love promos. That's one thing that has attracted me to wrestling. It gets me to go to matches. Promotion is vital. It puts butts in the seat. So I want to take this very seriously. I want to practice them. That's why you've been seeing me post test promos, and I'll be posting test promos probably till the cows come home. But you know, it's one of those skills, and this is the thing, is I'm learning a lot of skills in wrestling school because our school believes that you should know the basics and the fundamentals, and you should be able to bump. And let's not comment on my bumping abilities. They're getting better. I'm starting to figure things out at home, but I'm not, you know, now it's hard to tell, am I butt bumping, am I not butt bumping? And butt bumping for you, though, is when you bump, you fall on your shoulders. Because the shoulders are the strongest part of your body. That's where your thickest muscle is, and it can take a hit. And trust me, when you bump correctly, it hurts a little, but bumping incorrectly hurts. I mean, I don't complain about it, but the next day I'm feeling it in my tailbone. And my tailbone has been screaming. And for those that don't know, this is going to sound silly. So, when I moved to Cleveland, well, before Cleveland, I was like, I had read this article about a trans woman who was doing roller derby, and how roller derby was welcoming to trans people, and I always loved roller derby. So I signed up to join roller derby. Well, I didn't want to skate because I'm not athletic, really. That's sorry. I mean, I can learn. It just takes me a long time to learn, and it takes a lot of patience on the part of the instructors to teach me. And I mean, and I test your patience to the nth degree because I'm a mouthy little thing, which I've got to work on, because that's going to get me blackballed or slapped. And either way, results I don't want. And of course, I'm still doing it, and I'm going to get slapped, and I need to stop doing that. So hard. Because at work, I have to be extremely professional, you know. And so then, like, I just don't want to be professional, because it's like, I hate being professional. Because honestly, I don't talk when I'm professional as much. I try to be nice and positive and happy and support one another, because in my field, it's very I work in the computer industry, and it's a very difficult field. It's not physically demanding at all. I mean, you sit in a friggin' chair and stare at a computer. So, I mean, how hard is that? It's all up here in your head. And I don't know how many times you're told, I need this, and you're like, what the heck is this? Or how the heck am I going to do this? And then you got to, like, go through your brain and figure it out. Sort of like watching. So, El Rayo, Rejo, that's his name. I need to sit with him and just say his name 100 times in front of his face and have him go, no, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Okay, you got it right, and then if I get it right 10 times, then I'll have it memorized. And I butcher everyone's name, and I feel so terrible about that because that's so disrespectful. But yeah, so I'm working on my character, and so I've come up with a basic story for my ref because I as I kind of told the instructor that was teaching promo class, why not? I mean, have fun with it. This is wrestling. I mean, this is something this is a childhood dream I'm pursuing, to be in the wrestling business. That's all I want, really. Is I don't know where, and that's the other thing that people don't seem to understand. I don't know where this journey's going. I just expect this journey to end at any moment because I have done things that I thought I wasn't able to do. Not well, mind you. And I'll never do anything well because every time I think I got something mastered, then I see someone else do it and it's just so amazing. And I'm like, God, I wish I could do as well as they did. I did get a compliment in class though. It looked like two mountain goats going at it when I was doing lockups with one girl, and we were just going at it. I mean, we were just bumping into each other hard. Good wrestler. She's a good wrestler. Jasmine has yeah. I shouldn't have said her name. Oops. She looks good. I mean, she started bumping on her first day. She's got a good athletic background. And it's amazing. Like I said, it's amazing. Class is amazing. I mean, because you see so much amazing stuff, and you learn so much about the business, and you start developing this understanding. I mean, I still have millions of questions, and as Pops tells me, they'll be answered in time. And I just want to bump. God, I think I'm gonna. I think I conquered this fear, but until I'm in front of people doing it, and I mean, it's not a bump. Until I do it in front of someone and someone says, that was a bump, it's not a bump. It's just practice. And I have a mat in my other room that I practice on. And, I finally realized with my hands, I got to kind of do this and then hold. Because if I do it the way I was doing it in class, where I reach back, I'm going to hit my elbow, and that friggin' hurts. And, I don't wear elbow pads to remind myself not to do that. And bumps are simple. They're really simple. Anyways, I'm rambling and rushing novel. But basically, yeah, this is just another journal of me chronicling another great class that I had. I mean, the promo class was amazing. He just sat there and answered so many of my questions, and really, to work with this guy, Steve DeMarco is his name. I look forward to working with him and developing my wrestling referee character. I mean, why I'm in the ring, why I'm in the ring, why I'm so strict or why I'm so loose, that type of thing, I'm kind of going with the beast within thing. I grew up fighting, which I really did. I mean, I got into a lot of fights when I was in high school and college. I was fighting all the time. And then when I entered the professional world, I stopped fighting because, I mean, I've been in a couple fights since then, but I don't fight anymore. And so I want to capture that element in my story that, I am attracted to violence because I have a violent past. I have a violent childhood, a violent past. But I don't want to be in the violence. I want to control. I want to bring order to the violence. I want to bring, yeah. So it's fun. These things are fun because you get to fundamentally reinvent yourself in a way that makes you a better person. You know, he put it best. You know, Steve DeMarco put it best. When I'm Steve DeMarco, I'm Steve DeMarco. But when I'm not Steve DeMarco, I'm a different human. And that's amazing because wrestling does that for you. I'm just so excited and happy. Anyway, Journal 5.